Pocket change.
We're gonna go with that. We're gonna try.
All right, oh boy.
I'm so scared.
Gawy.
I'm so scared.
This is Pocket Change, the first episode of Pocket Change.
Woohoo.
Yeah. So what this is an idea to, if media for the intellectually impoverished, if the main episodes enrich your mediocre lives, then these just make you a little bit richer. Which is why they're Pocket Change.
Pocket change.
Yeah. It's great. I love it. But no, we were so excited. Shut up.
But they only add just a little
Just
bit.
a little
Just
bit.
a little,
A little
bit.
bit.
It's like another 5 cents.
Maybe.
You find a dime on the ground.
And then you think you pick it up, but you didn't, so you actually don't get anything.
Thing.
But I'm really excited because we got over 100 downloads or streams or whatever you want to call them.
Woohoo.
Yeah, in like the first 3 weeks, first month. So we thought as a little thank you to all you guys for listening in, we'd give you your first mini episode. And so this is it. So
I'm sorry.
really enjoying yourself with those woohoos.
I'm trying to stay awake as much as possible. I just downed a cup of coffee.
That put you to sleep?
No, I'm starting to wake me up. I'm just messing up my makeup, aren't I? I'm not even gonna look in the mirror to what I did. I just rubbed my eye.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me. You're just gonna leave it.
Okay, so for this first episode of Pocket Change, we thought we'd give you guys just a little fun game, and so
It's gonna be so stupid.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing Is It Fan Fiction? So it's kind of like same premise as Two Truths and a Lie. So we've each got two actual pieces of media that sound very fan fiction-y, and then one fan fiction. And we're going to have the other person try and guess which one is which. So do you want to go first?
No,
You
go
don't?
first.
Okay, I'll
No,
go first.
You go first.
So we're not
It was
going to
your
give...
idea.
Yeah, it's my idea. It came around because I was thinking about when I was a kid, I read these books called The Kingdom Keepers, which is... let me give you a synopsis of that first.
Okay.
It's great. 5 young teens have been selected to serve as holographic theme park guides at Disney World, Disney Studios, dubbed as Disney Hosts Interactive, DHI. Thanks to a glitch in the DHI technology, the 5 teens are transported every night into the park as holograms while they sleep. They find themselves in the middle of a war against various Disney villains called the Overtakers, led by Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty, and they must stop them from taking over the park and the world.
You read these as a kid?
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Disney. Have I never heard of this?
I liked them as a kid. They're when you look back on them, they're really hokey.
Oh.
There's this one...
So I won't enjoy them now?
You probably still would.
Oh, yeah.
I just remember this one bit, a couple bits of it, just throughout my childhood reading it. Because my mom read them first because she loved Disney and she was like, a book about Disney? Whoa!
Wee.
And then she read them. But anyway, I'm going to give you 3 plots. Number 1. In this crossover, Dr. Eggman creates a device allowing him to travel between dimensions. When he runs into Bowser for the first time, they combine their armies to dominate both dimensions. Mario and Sonic have no choice but to team up to defeat this force, interacting with each other's friends and worlds along the way. That's number 1.
Oh, God, this is going to be awful. This is going to be awful.
Number 2. Years after a dimensional collapse, an original character teams up with an assortment of video game characters in order to retrieve the precious treasure, the Portal Stone, from the clutches of video game villains. Number 3. After the disappearance of his father, an original character teams up with a talking Pikachu that claims to be a great detective. Together, they search the world for clues to stop the sudden rampaging of certain Pokemon. So out of those 3, which is fanfiction?
I like how you said original character.
Yeah, I didn't give any names.
Ooh. Can you read the second one again?
Years after a dimensional collapse, an original character teams up with an assortment of video game characters from Bandai Namco and Capcom in order to retrieve the precious treasure, the Portal Stone, from the clutches of video game villains of the same genres.
I don't know who any of those people are, so that's great.
Mm-hmm. Capcom did Resident Evil. They did Mega Man. They did Bandai Namco is Tekken. other games. I couldn't
So
give you.
2 of these are real.
2 of them are real. 1 of them is a fan fiction.
Do I go through my thought process?
I don't care. Whatever you want. Just do it.
Okay, well, I'm immediately gonna take out the last one because I feel like I think I know what that is. I feel like I've heard that or seen it somewhere.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna take out the Pokemon one, right?
hmm
The first one was like a mashup between Mario and Sonic,
hmm
and then I have no idea about the second one.
hmm It's good times. Good times.
Oh man.
It's a tough choice. It's a tough choice.
But I feel like Mario and Sonic, those are made by Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah.
So I feel like those people would never mash up.
I mean, they made Mario in the Olympic game. Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games.
But they're villains. Both of them have to team up to take down both their respective villains.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Mhm.
And I don't know what medias they are. Because these could be different medias. They're not all video games.
I mean, in essence, one of them is a fan fiction, so it can't be a video game.
Right. Okay, which one most sounds like a story that you could write down?
Yeah. So you're choosing between Mario and Sonic. They're working together to take down Dr. Eggman and Bowser,
Yeah.
and an original character fighting alongside a bunch of video game villains fighting alongside a bunch of video game characters to take down video game villains.
I'm gonna go with this. I'm so scared. I'm gonna go with the second one
Second one.
as the fanfic. My reasoning being, you brought up you're just trying to throw me off. The reasoning being because, like, you're right, Mario and Sonic have teamed up before in the same video game.
hmm
I don't like your smile. You're making me second guess myself.
I'm just smiling because this is fun.
Now I say the first one. I think because a lot of the thing about fan fiction is that you get to be in it. And so I feel like when you say original character, that's you trying to get around the phrase that you're like moving alongside these video game characters. Like the reader is alongside them.
hmm
See, but here's the thing. I hate being wrong. I hate being wrong with all my essence. I hate it so much because I don't like looking dumb. I despise it. It's all my anxiety. But I have to finish it. We're already. I gotta pick an answer. Let's just go with the second one.
The second one?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Randy dies.
No, so it was the first one. It was the Sonic and Mario crossover.
Oh,
That was
okay.
a fan fiction written by CheddarBrat789.
Okay.
You can find it on fanfic.com under Super Mario X Sonic the Hedgehog.
Nice. Okay.
The other 2 were, of course, the last one was Detective Pikachu the game.
Yeah. Okay. I knew that.
Yeah, and it was the game before the movie. It follows pretty much the same plot line. But the second one is this game released on the 3DS called Project X Zone, which is a crossover game between Bandai Namco and Capcom, in which they created, and it was a sequel to Bandai Namco X Capcom, the original on the PlayStation, I think. But the premise is that there's a secret society of all these video game characters, because the dimensions have clashed, that are trying to save the world from being thrown into more disarray. It's a tactical fighting game, so it's played top down. Each team gets a turn, and then you move all your characters through. It plays like Fire Emblem. And so I always thought it was fun, and I was thinking about what games I could pick, and I was like, that is definitely because the more I thought about it, I was like, how do I say an assortment of video game characters in a way that isn't just an assortment of video game characters? And I was like, she's not going to know any of the characters anyway.
Yeah.
So I just said video game characters. But yeah.
You threw me off with
because they do use original characters, and I thought about it. I was like, how do I make it sound every single one sound like a fan fiction?
No, but not just that. With Mario and Sonic, like
Oh,
you
yeah,
threw me
I
off
was-
with that because
I
I was
was-
like, those two video game companies would never team up, and then you're like, oh no, they do.
Yeah, they do. They do. Actually, this one, Sonic, Super Mario Cross Sonic the Hedgehog, is actually supposed to be a prequel to the Olympic Games. So I thought it would be fun because I was looking up fan fictions. I was like, okay, well, I want to do a crossover fanfic because that's pretty much what I've been doing for the rest of them. And so I picked the crossover genre, crossover games genre in at fanfic.net, fanfiction.net, and just picked Sonic and then Mario, and I was like, the first thing that came up, I was like, this is it, this is the one. So yeah, this is the
Man,
one.
I'm gonna feel really bad now if you get mine right, because that's just double kill. That's I was wrong and you were right. That's just gonna break
I'm gonna
me.
hold it over your head.
That's gonna break my spirits.
It's the first time for everything. No one's allowed to be right but me.
No one's allowed to be right. You'll see, because I did all of them in the same style, so I don't know, I'll just get into it.
Oh no, my phone buzzed! Airplane mode.
So I like how you went all, like video game stuff. I went all YouTube.
Good. I'm glad, because I was afraid that if I picked Detective Pikachu, that you might pick Detective Pikachu as well. No. And I was like, because the movie came out, and I was like, what if she picks it? And I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god.
No, and so this is why I was nervous, because I was like, how much do you know about YouTube?
Not a whole lot.
Okay, great. I don't want to do
Hit me.
I'm just embarrassed, and so I need to get over my embarrassment. We're already going way too long. Okay. Famous YouTuber Miranda Sings takes you under her wing as you traverse the challenges of life, and she gives you advice on how to better yourself, such as love, beauty, career, health, and so on. But her advice actually doesn't help as much and may cause more problems than solves them. That's the first one. Miranda Sings is giving you self-help advice. Bad advice. That's not really advice.
Okay.
Next one. YouTube has launched a sweepstakes for one lucky winner to travel around the world and spend a day with each of their favorite YouTubers, each offering their own advice and answering your most burning questions.
Okay.
Come along with MatPat as you and him, along with other friends, discover if video game mechanics are true to life. See him form experiments and watch as they get carried out, both of you learning new things every day about physics and mechanics together.
Okay. So the last one, I'm going to toss out the MatPat one.
Okay.
Because that one sounds too on the nose.
Okay.
So the other two was this girl is giving you advice and spending a day with your favorite YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be wrong either. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, because that sounds like something YouTube might do. Oh man, Miranda. So one of these is a fan fiction.
One of these is a fan fiction.
Oh, now because now I'm like worried. What if it was the one I threw out at the beginning? It couldn't be that one. It couldn't, right? Oh, you man. So
I did not think these were gonna stump you, and I'm so happy.
So Miranda
Sings.
Miranda Sings.
Do you know who Miranda Sings is?
No, I have no idea who Miranda Sings is.
I'll show you a picture. It's really funny.
So she's giving you advice, but it's bad advice.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're going around the world. It's got to be you're going around the world with your favorite YouTubers, right?
I don't know.
Right? I mean, that sounds like the most... Because what if it is real? What if it's a real YouTube video? Some kid got a sweepstakes and went around the world and...
asked questions to all of their YouTuber, like their favorite YouTubers.
Yeah, but I'm sure that could happen. I'm sure, before COVID, anything could happen.
That's true.
Oh, man. Okay, I'm going with it. Number two. Is it number two?
Are you sure you're number two?
No, I'm not so
Are
sure.
you sure?
Yeah, no, I'm sure. It's number two.
Damn it.
It was?
Yeah. I hate you so much.
I am victorious.
I'm double wrong.
You are the loser.
I am. Okay, and so here's the really embarrassing part. This is not a fan fiction that you can find anywhere, because this is a fan fiction that I wrote.
Oh my gosh. You wrote it.
I don't have it with me.
You don't have it with you?
No.
But I think that the next Pocket Change episode
is going to be me reading my fan fiction. Yeah, so when I was little, when I was younger, I wrote a fan fiction because I was wondering, like, oh, what if, like, YouTube had a sweepstakes? And I could go meet all my favorite YouTubers. I could go meet Jacksepticeye and Markiplier and PewDiePie, and I could go meet, like, back then I was really into vloggers, so I could go see, like, Zoella and Colleen Ballinger and all of these people. And I wrote a fan fiction about me going to meet them all.
I have never written a fan fiction.
Really?
No, and it's really surprising to me because, like, I always dream up scenarios like this, but like I just dream them up. I don't ever put them down. You actually physically wrote it?
I wrote a lot as a child.
I didn't though. See, and that's
I had diaries. I have like 5 diaries filled to the brim of little Miranda being like, "My life sucks."
Can we read
What
those?
was your problem? Like, I look back on them now and I'm like, who do you think you are?
It's like Zane from the middle school dance didn't want to hang out with me, and you're like, "Who the fuck are you, Zane?" Zane's probably working at McDonald's.
A lot of them are about boys who
Of
didn't
course
like
they are.
me.
Of course. No, I never, because when I was a kid, I would always dream up scenarios, right? And I would dream them up, and then they would be really cool in my head, and I'd be like the superhero. And then they would like dive into my dreams, right? And so eventually my dreams would become like this fan fiction, you could say. But no, I'd never have written I'm really excited to hear that fan fiction.
Okay, but quickly, because you went over yours, I want to go over the ones that are actual things. So the first one with Miranda Sings, this is a book that she actually wrote. So Miranda Sings is a fictional character made up by Colleen Ballinger. She's a really famous YouTuber. And so Miranda Sings is like this satirical like character who thinks that she's always right when really she gives terrible advice and doesn't know what she's doing. So Colleen Ballinger, as Miranda Sings, wrote a book that's supposed to be a self-help book giving the reader advice on how to live life. So that's an actual book. And then the last one about Matt Pat.
Do you know what was the name of the book?
Self-Help.
Oh, okay.
By Colleen Ballinger.
Okay.
And then the last one is Gamers Lab with Matt Pat. It was his like YouTuber Red series that he did about each episode being seeing the video game mechanics work out in real life. So you saw through that one real quick.
Oh yeah. Well, it was so on the nose, you know, and that was because it was just like the description from YouTube.
It wasn't. I came up with that.
Well, it sounds like the description from YouTube, so you sound like YouTube.
Damn it. Who wants to sound like YouTube?
My one fear in life. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today's episode of Pocket Change. Thank you guys so much for 100 streams. We thought that at this point we'd just still have our moms listening to it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
really.
Mom. But yeah, no, 100 people. We've got listeners in Arizona. We've got listeners in California. And we have a 1 or 2 in Virginia. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you guys listening in because this is just a little, it's just a passion project of ours. So yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys in the next episode whenever it airs on Fridays at 4. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Media for the Intellectually Impoverished is produced by Trey Taylor Smith and Miranda Randy Zabst.
Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at MFTII Podcast or email us at mftiipodcast@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening.